Okay, in this video, I'm going to talk about the top 3 best side hustles in pickleball. Everybody loves playing pickleball, so why not earn a little bit of extra money doing something that you love? Pickleball has been exploding recently and will continue to do so, and is so much fun to play, and more money is being added into pickleball tournaments, and so now is the perfect time and perfect opportunity for everyone to jump in and participate somehow. We're going to talk about the top 3 best side hustles that I know of that will help you earn a little bit of extra money doing something that you love. The first one we're going to talk about is teaching. Now, a lot of people think that you have to have a certain degree, certain requirement, certain skill set to teach. I'm going to disagree with that. I think anybody can teach, whether it be beginners, intermediate players, advanced level players. I think everybody can teach. What bothers me as a pro is when I see people who just picked up the sport, they're teaching lessons and they're trying to charge an exorbitant amount. They're trying to charge really high prices. That bothers me. But if I see people out there who are just learning the sport and they're trying to teach other people who are learning the sport, or kids or youth players or whatever it is, I love it. I love seeing stuff like that. And so don't think that you have to have a certain skill set to be able to teach. Just make sure your pricing reflects your experience and your credentials. Now, teaching, you have so many options. You can do private lessons, which is one-on-one. You can do semi-private lessons, which is normally 2 people. You can do group lessons, which is normally 3 people or more. And then what a lot of the top pros do to earn a lot of money is they do camps or clinics. Now, normally in a camp or a clinic will normally be 1 or 2 days, multiple hours each day, and they will have a large group of people and they will do a lot of skill sets. They'll teach the forehand volley, the backhand volley, the dink, the serve, the whole thing, and people are really gaining an experience doing so. These people are able to charge a lot more because they are pros, and also the time spent on the course is normally quite a bit more than just a 1-hour private lesson. Anyways, this is extremely valuable and extremely lucrative. Most of the pro players make a lot of money doing this by teaching. And so it's not only by competing and playing in tournaments that these pro players are making money, is by teaching camps, clinics, and private lessons. You can easily earn anywhere from $0 all the way up to $1,000 per week by teaching. The second thing we're going to talk about is selling products or paddles. With the growth of pickleball, there's so many new companies out there that are wanting to gain exposure, and so they are trying to use channels that they call courtside reps or courtside dealers, representatives. And what this is where people simply buy their paddles, their product, at a wholesale cost, which is normally about 50% off MSRP. And so say something costs about $100, this person's cost might be around $50 depending on the product. Now, the requirements to become a dealer are becoming a little bit more strict, but even now, most people can become a dealer of whatever brand they want, whatever paddle company they want, if they write in and contact their customer service. Simply write in and say, hey, I heard you guys have a wholesale program, or I'd like to become a rep or a dealer. What are the required steps needed in order to do so? And somebody will get back to you, and then just like that, you should be able to buy paddles or product at a wholesale cost. This is extremely lucrative because pickleball is growing so fast that I guarantee you know somebody, a family member, a friend, somebody at the pickleball courts that needs a new paddle, a new backpack, a new net, new whatever it is. And then it's the trickle down effect where once you start selling one paddle, that person's friend who bought it, they hear about it, and then it just goes down from there. And this requires very minimal effort. You don't have to be out there promoting if you don't want to. That's why this is a side hustle, is what I called it. But if people know you have product that you sell for a little bit of a discount, people are going to gravitate towards you. And now the third thing that I came up with is very similar to selling a product, but this one is actually creating a product. It's a little bit more entrepreneurial focused, but with pickleball being so new, there's still a lot of ideas and things that really haven't come into fruition yet. For example, when I first started playing pickleball, there was a lot of temporary courts that we would play at. And in order to play on these temporary courts, you would have to tape out the lines for the dimensions. And it was such a pain having to tape the lines. You'd have to get a measure, everything like that. And it just took forever and I hated it. I always thought to myself, why couldn't somebody just create something that had tape, that had a marker or some marking system where you didn't have to measure every single time, where it'd be just more streamlined and a lot faster. I think nowadays there is this product out there, but I had this idea many years ago. I just never had the time or desire to actually go through with it. But that's just one example. There are so many different examples. A lot of people are doing hats, t-shirts, necklaces, jewelry, ball picker-uppers, targets, whatever it might be. There's literally an endless amount of opportunities and ideas for somebody to execute on. Like I said, this might be a little bit more entrepreneurial focused, but it's definitely out there and it can definitely turn into something that's very profitable. These are all meant to be side hustles, and so it's not something that you have to put a lot of time into if you don't want to. However, if you do want to, you can almost make a business out of any three of these options, whether it be teaching, selling a product, or creating a product. I don't want to get into too many specifics, but I've done all three of these things, and I've made a great amount of money doing so. It's been fun because it's been very minimal work on my end, but it also brings in a little bit of extra money. How much would $100,000, $500,000 a week or a month mean to you? For most people, I think it'd be pretty significant. And so doing something that you love while earning a little bit of extra is great for you and great for everybody. Once again, thank you so much for following along. If you haven't, please consider subscribing to my channel. I'm going to be posting more and more videos. If there's something that I missed or a side hustle that you think is very important that we didn't discuss, make sure to drop that down below and I'll discuss it in a future video. Once again, thanks and have a great day.